They'll try to shift blame, whatever. Don't let the anger poison you. But I just thought that was important. Pay attention. I'm going to stopping it. I know y'all want to see it in full. So we're going to now watch another part of the Jay-Z interview with GQ and Frazier, which did an amazing job. Pay attention.
I was thinking about how you described last year as being angry and for the first time in a while. I wondered what it felt like to be pulled back into that feeling and how you pulled yourself out, or how you leaned on the people around you.
Yeah.
I've been saying to pull you.
I needed the people around me more than ever. Mm-hmm. Because usually when I have that feeling, I would just make music and just be therapeutic. I'll be able to, I'll blow it out.
Yeah.
And I would be like, I'll move on. I had to sit in that for a long time. And luckily I had that. And right, again, I built this this circle that's really safe for me, of people that really love me, not using me, and really care for my best interests. So I was able to have that in the time, the most crucial time for me.
Yeah.
Especially people that were close to me, and I'll explain. So when those type of things happen, people run. They don't care what happened. They don't care. They just save yourself.
Yeah.
So I have partners. I've had big deals with, I called my guy from LVMH, hey man, this is coming, and I can't get rid of it. I can't take a settlement.
Yeah.
It ain't in my DNA. First I had to tell my wife. Let's just back up.
Yeah.
It ain't even in me. I know what this is the weight that this is gonna bring on our family. Mm-hmm. I can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament, because people know me. I know who you are, and that's impossible. And not only we standing by you, but what do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of...
I think that's powerful that he has that stance. Number one, I definitely want to commend and appreciate the fact that Jay has that type of warrior spirit, in particular coming from the inner city. I keep telling y'all. See, I take Jay-Z as part of the hustler community. Y'all take him as part of the rapper community. Of course, we run the hustler community. I don't know what, we talking the hustlers. All that old, and some of our guys, rappers, we fuck with them boys too. We don't fuck with all rappers though. But the hustler community, man, come on, man. I take Jay-Z as part of the hustler community. The high levels. You know what I'm saying? The higher ups. You understand me? It's up there podcasting the higher ups. You understand me? I feel as though he one of us as far as the guys that come through the inner city, figured it out, navigated. I beat this. I beat that game. Universe open up. Go that way. Bless this person. Get blessed. Bless this person. Get blessed. Bless these. Yeah, bless this situation. Get this. You understand what I'm saying? I feel as though we navigate at a high level. But I do want to commend and appreciate the fact that, like he said, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't in his DNA to take a settlement. I think that speaks to his character, his integrity, how far he's willing to go. And I also think that it's virtue signaling. I also think that it's putting people on notice that, the way you took Diddy down gonna be a little different than taking me down. There's also another conversation to be had here as it pertains to Jay-Z going through that, because it's you gotta now have this conversation with Beyonce, who ain't done nothing. Your family and your kids who ain't done nothing, and you ain't really done nothing, but I take the hit. I'm a man, but they built something too. Shorty been building something for 20 years too. I'm talking about squeaky clean shit. I'm talking about Shorty is the biggest on this side. I'm the biggest on that side, but she's her without me. But us together is another B, right? But I never thought that they'll come along and try to spit in my food. You gotta always remember, my nigga, no matter how far you go, that's why I'm trying to tell you, you gotta build this shit up no matter how far you go. They'll try to figure a way to get it done. They can't stop the plate. You can't stop me from putting something on my table. The next best thing they can do is poison the plate. I've dealt with it all my life. I'm gonna get me some money without you niggas. You ain't gonna be able to poison my plate, and if I catch you trying to poison my plate, I'ma deal with you like you understand me. But coming out the rap community in the 90s, it was a group of us. We made it, we navigated through, but now we on everybody's target list now, baby. Had you not been with me, you would never be going through this. But now it's a bunch of us. If you made it through the 90s and you got to this level, you got a target on your back. You better be squeaky clean, or you better done covered. You better done figure something out, because it's going down. I just so happen to be married with a Beyonce, an icon. And now I got to tell her, it's some long nights. Because they saw what happened to Diddy. Beyonce know that things have been uncovered that she may not know about Jay. And of course, I'm not alluding to it being anything like that. But there's things that happened in the 90s. There's things the rap game and rap videos and all this shit used to call for that was unacceptable. But people would do anything not to disrupt the money. Black people had never seen money like this without a ball in their hand. Without putting a number on their back. Black people had never seen money like this. Whatever need to happen, don't disrupt the money. Sometimes they'll play into a nigga horny. Sometimes they'll appease a nigga that's sitting here and he want to be freaked all goddamn day. Whatever, don't disrupt the money. He want coke, get him coke. He want women, get him women. Whatever, don't disrupt the money. We ain't never saw money coming in like this. Don't make it acceptable. I'm telling you, the environment and atmosphere in the 90s. And now they holding people accountable to now. Jay-Z made it. Made a lot of money. He got to have that conversation with Beyonce. I know that's a heavy conversation. The only thing I will say, and of course I'm going to have the conversation because of course I have these conversations hopefully at a level that people understand that it's information based. And trying to pour something into the culture. The only thing I will say is the way that Jay-Z identified how important it was for people not to give up on him. And while I do understand why he distanced himself from Diddy, I do understand and see why some people had that conversation under their breath. Like, whatever happened to Jay and Diddy? And these are two different gentlemen. I want to be clear and put that on the record. But for the sake of the conversation, I do want to examine if I'm Diddy. Because that's what make my podcast the greatest podcast on earth, is that I don't speak like these. I speak from the vantage point of in the scenario and getting out of it some kind of way or dealing with it. Head up, chest out. That's how I view it. And so if I'm Diddy and I look at Jay, and as I'm going through that, he's a powerful man. And he comes out in public and distances himself from me. How do I feel? Now, on one side, I say, yo, he should have done that. He should have distanced himself. It's hot right now. It's even in the street. You get a little warm and you come to a nigga trap house, you the police. You ain't brought the police, but you the police. You know you warm. Why you over here? You get arrested, don't come around till you figure out. Cool off. A lot of you boys get arrested, pop right back up. And so this is questionable behavior. And so if I'm Diddy and I'm looking at Jay and I say, damn, he distanced himself. Nah, nigga, he posed to. That's on one end. On the other end, coming from New York, you got to remember Tupac was in a scenario where he was like, he was a force to be reckoned with. The business was in a very interesting scenario when Pac was alive, because all of the big dogs up north, they felt him. Like he was shooting at all of them. As far as like he was punching at them. He was hitting at them. That's why me and Jay-Z need to have, I want to talk about Pac. Let's get into some of that Pac shit. Not even no fucking up his legacy, but I really want to know like the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like how you felt. 'Cause he was trying to cut you down on your way in. I know you leaving the streets trying to figure it out. You got Pac cutting at you. You understand? But you deal with the early 90s and if I'm Diddy and I'm looking at Jay and I'm saying, you know what? One of the things Diddy found out, and I think Quincy or one of those gentlemen was so kind and let him be a mentee, and he figured out to remake records and take records that already had fan bases and speed them up. And cause see, they could not deal with Pac rap for rap. A nigga better come with some Ronald Isley type shit or something like that. Fucking with Pac back then, he was smashing shit. If you don't come with those records with Diddy's fingerprint on them, like if Biggie didn't have Diddy then, I think we look at a different situation. And I say that respectfully to Biggie and his legacy, because he was a phenomenal artist. But when we talk about the ability to compete with Tupac Shakur with just raps, it would have been a problem. You needed to go and get some older records. And again, Diddy had learned this from the Mary J's and doing some of those R&B shit. So he brought that over to Biggie, and that helped make him palatable to compete with Pac. Because if he would have stayed rugged, he didn't have a chance. The Thug Life thing was like, come on, Biggie didn't have nothing like Thug Life at all. He couldn't even articulate himself in a way like some of us who, respectfully though, because Biggie, again, legendary status. I got a lot of love and respect for what he done in the game. But Diddy had figured something out then. He figured out how to make hip hop more palatable. And if I'm Diddy now going through what I'm going through, and I heard Jay-Z distance himself, listen, I understand it, because I've heard Diddy distance himself from niggas. And again, this is what I mean about karma. This game ain't bigger than the handbook. I keep telling y'all, you could be successful in this game, but you're not bigger than the handbook. If you got sour anywhere in your heart, be careful. God will come at any moment. Figure it out, fix it, and be careful who you do wrong. This is a word to the wise. And you know one thing about a word to the wise? A word to the wise for a smart man is a blessing, but for a fool it's an insult. And so Diddy figuring out all of this with music, Jay-Z trying to figure it out. He does not have it figured out, but he's a great rapper. Again, it's about packaging. I keep telling y'all, even when I speak to my team, it's like, yo, I'm watching you speaking. I understand that everything is packaging, because I see moves being made in the market that should not be made because it's packaging. And they'll say it's gatekeepers. No, it's packaging, because if it's packaged right, it make it past the gate. If it's packaged right, it make it past the gate. You think they check the Bentley package? You think they check the Rolls Royce package? If it's packaged right, it make it past the gate. But here's the thing. Jay-Z was trying to figure out how to get this thing more palatable. He gets under Diddy and he figures it out. And I could be assuming, but I'm not. How do I know? Because Jay-Z goes from gangster rap, street rap, New York B-boy type dude to he pops up in a shiny suit. Now, if I'm Diddy, I'm saying that's my game. But Jay-Z smart enough to figure out, oh, Diddy done figure something out over there. That's how you do it. Hey, that's one thing about them niggas back then. They were taking from everybody. And that's why I'm saying part of the game is that Jay-Z pop out in the shiny suit. If I'm Diddy and I look at him now, I'm mad at you, because that game unlocked your next level. You got that level of game from me. I ain't saying come out and support me. Just don't say nothing. Just let it be. Just don't say nothing. And a lot of these niggas do the front facing shit. Like they'll come out and say shit like that and then pay for a nigga lawyer, send a nigga 10 million. You know, they trying to let you know, yo, I had to do that on some business shit, man. Before we were getting hot in them meetings. They start bringing up pictures and shit in them meetings. And if it's that, I got to respect that. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't never going to tell nobody to go down with the ship. I don't even tell people to pick my bags up. I'm a different spirit. You know, so when we look at it, is that. But if I'm Diddy, I'm upset because I'm saying I unlocked your game. And you got that game from me back then. And not the suit game. See, you stupid little boys will see a nigga in a suit and think, oh, he talking about what did he get from Diddy? A suit? Again, man, I'm only talking to our community. If you new here, man, and you haven't subscribed and you not on, I'm talking to us. Like, we know what I'm on. We ain't talking about no suit. We talking about infrastructure. We talking about approach. Right? We talking about unlocking the next level. There's things, there's indicators, there will be signs. And as much as I love this interview, that's why I had the critique earlier of, yo, I got to start to be more vocal about why I'm requiring these people to talk. Because what'll happen is they'll disrespect my game because they don't know who I am, right? And so sometimes it's like, yo, I gotta accept it because I should expect everybody to know me, but I expect everybody to respect game because I understand game run the world. It's bigger than everybody. And when I say game is knowledge and information, it rule the world. It's a universal language. I've been all the way, my nigga. I've been literally all the way. Verifiable too now. Something happened to me today, you'll figure it out tomorrow. It's already set up like that. Verifiable. I've been all the way, all across the world with this game. So I'm saying game is worldwide. respected. So I be expecting niggas to respect game. But what'll happen is we got two different mindsets. They think I'm reaching out to shoot content. Nigga, I do a podcast, but I don't do no motherfucking content. When I sit down, we breaking barriers. Nigga, this is cultural infrastructure shifting, nigga. This ain't no motherfucking content. And so that's what be offensive. Nigga, I ain't calling no niggas to come sit up and talk about no bullshit. We trying to get the game to some people, my nigga. Navigation. Sear on them folks, man. You supposed to go sear on them folks, man. That's your legacy. Because in 100 years, how many times you put the ball in the hoop ain't gonna mean nothing. In 100 years, how many times people played your song ain't gonna mean nothing. The reason Pac is respected the way he's respected is because he put it down the way we put it down over here. Put it in the fucking interviews. If you got it, some of y'all ain't got it. But if you done sustain at a high level for a long time, you got the information and we need you to come out. And no disrespect to Frazier, I think he did a great job with the GQ interview. Jay knows who he is. He has to be a fan. I'm not familiar with their relationship, but I think I'm speaking for the community of people who understands what we need from Jay to help the entire race. And he has the right to do whatever he want to do. So this is not a call to action. This is an observation of what's going on. It's like, yo, come speak to the hustler. It's like if you were at war and you see your president on the golf course shooting content. It's like, is that what y'all gonna talk? Like, Jay, yo, it's niggas that's at where you was at 20 years ago. They there right now, nigga. They need some information on their next move. And somebody got to pull it out for him, because he just like, yo, whatever they need from me. Like, what up? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? So you got to have, it's a dance. We need some of that vibration. But I mean that. I feel like it's like being at war and you see the president at the golf course or something shooting content. You got to remember the state of rap. This is Jay. Ain't but 5 of them niggas. Think about the state of rap. And all our big dogs ain't nobody said nothing. Sales are down. Labels are collapsing. Rappers are confused. The labels done figured out a way since the last time y'all niggas was talking contracts and value and dealing with all of this shit.